On the third occasion, I believe he took my drink. I only had one glass of wine. We were supposed to go to a political event, and he said he needed to get paperwork from his hotel room. When I arrived at his hotel room, I was already incapacitated, and I couldn't move my arms or my body. He raped me, and he choked me. And while he was choking me, I lost consciousness. And I thought, I did not consent to any activity. Although I did not undergo a kit at the time, I disclosed the assault to the people closest to me. I also recorded these events in my handwritten calendar. The assault and its impact were later documented during my therapy sessions center in Connecticut. It had a profound impact on my mental health. I self-medicated in an unhealthy way. I did not want to live anymore.
As Eric finally announced he's resigning from Congress after several women spoke out about his history of assault, Democrats are shocked at the situation, but I think you and I can see right through it. If you take a look at what is going on, Democrats are calling the shot. These are accusers that are coming forth. In fact, they are coming in front of the camera. They are not scared. That should tell you alone. At some point, seeing reactions on social media, it tells me something. Before we go into the full analysis of this situation, first take a look at this video.
2 days ago, Congressman Eric Swalwell was one of the leading Democrats in California's governor's race. He since dropped out of that campaign, and he's now leaving Congress. Swalwell shared this message online, writing, quote, "I'm deeply sorry to my family, staff, and constituents for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious false allegations made against me. However, I must take responsibility and ownership for the mistakes I did make. It's also wrong for my constituents to have me distracted from my duties. Therefore, I plan to resign my seat in Congress." Swalwell faces allegations of misconduct, including from a former staffer. The House Ethics Committee announced it is launching an investigation as both lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are urging him to walk away.
In the case of Eric Swalwell, the former speaker and fellow Californian Nancy Pelosi, I am told, picked up the phone and called Swalwell on Friday night and said, "You got to drop out of the governor's race," because remember, he was a leading candidate.
The fact that he has now dropped out of the governor's race and resigned from Congress, is that justice in your view?
No, it's just the beginning. It's just the very beginning. And I know personally that we're not walking away from this fight.
For me, justice won't be until he can't ever harm a woman ever again.
At some point, if you take a look at this, California billionaire Stephen Globerg leaves the Democrat Party because of Eric. I am no longer a Democrat. I'm now a libertarian Republican. The billionaire endorsed Eric for governor, but has rescinded it. Globerg banished Eric from his $26 million mansion in Beverly Hills for betraying his trust. That should tell you a lot about these people.
Customers of the United States, we deserve equal or greater value for our tax dollars. All right, and is it fair enough?
Yeah, I was gonna say fair to say you're mad. I mean,
mad?
Yeah.
I am no longer a Democrat. I'm now a libertarian Republican, because that's what a blue dog Democrat used to be. Okay? Mm-hmm. It's called executing, being accountable, enforcing, respect, responsibility, and results. Knowing what your job description is. delivering results, unifying, making this country great. The great brand we have, okay? Or we used to. Can we get it together, please?
Yeah.
Can we get it together, please? And you know what? When I ran for the governorship, I did it because I couldn't find a candidate that was worthy to back. And I thought Eric had the goods. But he didn't tell the truth. Okay?
Do you like any of these other options?
Too early to tell. Okay? Too early.
Expect this at all?
No! I was blown away.
A political explosion.
Like, blown away.
Billionaire Stephen Klubeck, once a major donor and supporter of Eric Swalwell, now publicly turning on him with rage.
On Friday, I had my staff initiate the process and start the process to file motions for expulsions for multiple members of Congress, both Democrat and Republican. And I think even though Democrats and Republicans might have ideological differences, I think we should be able to all agree on the basics that.
What about president? Just asking. Because he's denying all the allegations, and he's not the only member of Congress facing accusations of misconduct right now.
One type on the comment section, the Democrat calling the shot knew about all these years ago. They didn't care at all until he became a threat to cause them a Democrat governor in California. Then he got removed quickly, much like Cuomo in New York. The Democrat ruler's efficiency in this area is notable. I believe you've seen this billionaire. The guy is extremely angry. You know, he actually did not imagine that this guy was like this. There is one thing that I'm shocked with. He ejected this guy out of his 28 million mansion. Like, this can go. You know, at some point, if you take a look at what is happening like this, you will just draw a conclusion that these people knew that this guy was like this, but they had to cover it on for a very long time. They came to realize that, oh, he cannot be the governor. They decided to do this fast before the elections. Some people keep saying, why did this lady wait till now to do this? There's always a time for everything, right? Like I said on one of my videos yesterday, this channel is being suppressed to a level I've not seen in a while, and they don't pick up videos for recommendations. That is not a limiting factor. I will continue to, share my thought on issues. Even a single person is watching me, I will continue to always do that. I want to appreciate people who constantly support, share out the videos, and please hit the videos. If you see, just hit the videos. It might help in one way or the other.
I mean, with all that we've seen, what should be happening here? What should happen here?
He needed to take himself out of the race for governor, and he needs to leave Congress. And I think what she said on that video should align with everyone. It's not a party problem. It's a certain amount of character integrity.
In politics in any capacity.
Of course, now we're at a 0% chance as he has suspended his campaign. But Eric Swalwell dropped out of this race because, simply put, there was no path forward.